present.
Oh, yeah. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday.
We have a gift
Happy Friday.
from Sandy Kuhn, 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 maybe? I don't know. It says, enjoy your gift. Daisy, put your Bernie on here so in case you get laryngitis when you need it.
So it's like one of those buttons, you guys. It's one of those buttons where
It doesn't do anything.
I know it doesn't do anything, but you can press it. It's kind of like our...
Whoa, watch your step. You just walked into some bullshit.
It's just like that, except for I get to record my voice on here, or she can.
No, it's because I'm always saying I want her to do the whole show one day in Bernie voice. And she's always like, I can't do it because I'll literally lose my voice. It's so hard to do it that long.
Yeah.
So this is 30 seconds worth. She can put 30 seconds worth of Bernie on there.
Way to go to bring me into this.
And it'll be forevermore available.
Yeah, so-
at the touch of a button.
There you go. So it's Bernie. It's Bernie on demand.
Yes, that's exactly right.
So awesome.
It's a
Thank
Bernie
you.
on-demand button from Sandy.
Thank you, Sandy.
Very much appreciated.
So sweet. Thank you. Kayleigh.
Thank God it's Friday, you guys. Oh my God. Thank
Yeah,
God
it's
Friday.
been quite the week.
It has. Did you see the crazy media response to Kayleigh McEnany's comment about science and school openings? Did you see this? Because it was so egregious the way that they misrepresented what she said that I can't believe that they were that shameless about it. I mean, I can because it's like Acosta and the rest. So
Yeah.
I mean, I can believe it, but I mean, I can't believe it because it's so obvious, right? So she says, the science is on our side, you know, because like we played audio on our regular radio show yesterday from Dr. Scott Atlas, who was saying, literally, there is no reason not to open schools. Kids do not transmit this virus to each other, nor do they transmit it to adults. Everybody needs to go back physically 100% to school.
And then the day before that on our show, we had the audio from 5 pediatricians on MSNBC. 5 top pediatricians in the country that were like, I'd send my kids back. Of course, I'm delighted to do that. We should be doing that. And so who the hell are we listening to if we're not listening to top pediatricians in the country saying send our kids back to school?
I mean, and so she said, the science is on our side. But then, like, I don't know, 2 sentences later or whatever, she said we shouldn't let the science stand in the way of opening our schools. And because she said it in that way, they just took that quote and they ran with it and said, Kayleigh McEnany doesn't believe in science. When in fact, that's the exact opposite of what she said.
Yeah.
And I could not believe how many headlines were running with this and how many reporters, legit journalists, were misquoting her and saying, oh my God, Kayleigh McEnany doesn't believe in science.
Yeah.
It was unreal.
These people I wonder how they sleep at night.
Yeah.
You know, like I wonder if they ever look in the mirror and go, wow, I'm really doing a disservice to my country. Because they are. I mean, they're really
dishonest.
They're so dishonest, and they're ripping people apart. It's like, did they ever look in the mirror and just go, God, I suck?
Yeah.
Because they do. And they're just awful people.
And they don't do that. You know what I mean?
I think
they are so self-righteous and indignant about how much better they are than all of us and anybody in the Trump administration. They're just awful people.
Yeah, they just are. Like the Jim Acostas of the world. It's just, dude, stop. Just stop. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's bad. Also, the new tell-all from Donald Trump's niece, who of course is making all the TV rounds and saying that Trump says the N-word, blah, 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 he's super racist, blah.
Shocker!
950,000 copies of that rag sold on day one, highest sales ever, according to Simon & Schuster.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What the literal F is wrong with the people who are spending money on this trash?
I mean, this is why she did it, right? This is precisely why she did it. If you want to know why she wrote this book, this is your reason. It's because she's making a crap load of money, y'all. This is why people buy this garbage, and she is going all the way to the bank, laughing all the way to the bank, because there are stupid people out there that will buy this garbage. They're buying it because they will eat it up with the spoon. You know, this is it. This is the reason.
Oh, and speaking of Kayleigh, Mayor Lori Lightfoot is calling her a Karen now because
Oh.
Kayleigh, in her presser, another thing she said was that Mayor Lightfoot has lost control of Chicago, which she has because she's too busy focusing on the census cowboy.
And talking about Batman.
Right.
How that was like her favorite series growing up, and she wants to be like the mayor of Gotham or something.
No one cares, Lori Lightfoot.
Yeah, but then she's calling her a Karen.
Yeah, because Kayleigh said in the presser, Lori Lightfoot has lost control of the city. She's a derelict mayor, which is absolutely 100% accurate.
100% true.
And so because of that, Lightfoot tweeted, "Watch your mouth, Karen," to Kayleigh. This is what's
I'd love to
happening
see
now.
those two go
I
toe
know,
to toe.
right? Kayleigh would just like take off a stiletto and just be like, "Shut up, Lori."
I swear.
Not that we condone any kind of violence on the show.
No.
We don't.
Lori Lightfoot.
Remember yesterday when we talked about the squirrels with plague in Colorado? Now a human has it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell, man? How do you even get plague from a
Like,
squirrel?
do you have to get licked by a squirrel? Like,
we actually
what?
asked this question
Like, what?
amongst
How's it?
ourselves.
Like, what is it? And then we're looking this morning, and she's like, one has to cough on you.
Well, you either have to be bitten by a flea from an infected squirrel, or you have to get coughed on
Like,
by a squirrel.
but what does a squirrel cough look like?
Like that?
Do it again. That's what a squirrel cough looks like.
I mean, I just can't imagine it.
We're not making light of it. We're not making
I
light
kinda am.
of the squirrel plague. All right.
No, not of the plague, but of a squirrel cough.
Just but if you're that close to a squirrel, where a squirrel's like, listen, I got the plague.
I'm gonna cough in your face.
In your
How does that
I'm
even
gonna
happen?
cough in your general direction.
I didn't even know squirrels cough.
I didn't either.
I had no idea. I've never heard that.
What is going on?
But yeah, now a human has it. Now they're fine. Apparently they had it and they are already recovering and everything's fine. But I mean, plague is not something we want to mess with.
No.
So that seems bad.
You think?
Also, a bunch of news coming out about the Redskins today. Sports. I can't.
I know. I just
be bothered to care
I know.
much.
I want to care too. It came out last night, and I started reading it, and I'm like, I got to the first paragraph, and I was like,
It's just more.
it's just more sexual harassment.
Yeah, it's more girls being like, I got my butt slapped,
and then I felt forced to do. And I can't, and then this, and yeah.
I thought, because when we were talking about it with another radio host on this station, Jason Hammer, yesterday, he made it sound like there was going to be so much really juicy
I felt like there was
drama.
going to be like prostitution.
Yeah,
involved.
like I thought there was going to be people were sold as sex
yeah,
slaves.
I know. I honestly thought that's what
And I was
it
like,
was going
this
to be.
chick just got her butt slapped?
I know.
Who cares?
And she was like, and she felt like she was going to lose her job if she. I mean, it's just
We're not making light of sexual
We're
harassment.
not at all. We're not making light of it. I just feel like I've heard all this before.
Yeah, and I don't know why this has to be a giant, huge, enormous, big, fat deal. You know what I mean?
No, it's just it's not. It's
Write
just,
your complaint and people. I just can't care.
yeah.
about it.
Just get the lawsuit over with, make a crap load of money, and let's all move on.
You know why I think I'm in kind of a foul mood today? Is because I'm on chapter 4 of White Fragility.
Really?
And I'm so
You really
irritated.
started reading it last night?
Oh yeah, I'm. It's super short. It's 89 pages.
Oh,
It's
really?
like it's a really quick.
So
thing.
it's made for people that don't like to read.
Yeah,
And then
it's
they-
in
and then they
choppy
read this-
paragraph or choppy chapters, like very short chapters.
And then they read this one book, and this is the one book they've read in their whole life, and they're like, I read a book, and it's
It is
called
so-
White Fragility, and it changed my life.
So many people are saying that, you guys. It's being assigned
Mm-hmm.
in various curriculums. It's being assigned in companies to do like diversity training.
So what do you think? What do you think so far?
It's horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. And the worst thing about it is that it's impossible to argue. Like, she has set it up in a way that so automatically the presumption is that if you are white, you're racist, right? Like, there's no getting around it. She doesn't mean to insult you personally because it's something that can't be helped. It's innate. It's built in. It's baked into our culture. No way around it.
baked in.
You're racist.
It's baked in.
But if you respond to that accusation in any sort of negative way,
Then you're also
with
racist.
silence, with defense, with anger, with sadness, you are racist, and that is white fragility in action. That's like what white fragility is your inability to accept your racism. So if there's any pushback,
Oh my God.
then you're confirming your racism. But then it gets even worse because if you, for example, buy into this bullshit, like if you read White Fragility unironically, and you believe it and you're taking it to heart and you're like, oh my God, I have so much guilt about being
Which is
white.
what I'm seeing in my feed everywhere. I'm seeing like white chicks being like, oh my God, it's changed my life.
If you do that, then, and you take it to heart and you read it and you want to help and you want to do better, you are also racist, because how dare you, for example, ask a black person to help you understand their lived experience?
So then,
why should a black person have to help you? Why should they do that work for you? No.
So
you need to just take it from Robin DiAngelo, this white diversity trainer, that she is the expert, and you need to read all of these different things. And once you're done reading those things, you're still racist because you cannot get rid of your racism.
Okay, so then why bother reading the book?
Exactly.
Because we're all just a bunch of racists. So then why bother? Why bother?
Horrendous.
Why bother trying? Why bother doing anything? Why bother doing anything? Because if you're white, you're racist.
Yeah, I mean,
period, end of story. That's what she's saying. Why even bother writing a book? Just have one page that says, hey, white person, you're a dirty racist, the end. Now give me $15 for this book. Because this is what the book is.
And she also kind of disses Martin Luther King Jr., which that was the part to me that was like, I can't even, this is, okay, now we're just like off the rails.
Is it a white woman that wrote the book?
Yeah. Yeah, Robin DiAngelo is super white. And she says...
She's super white.
Super white. She says that Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous quote, the most famous quote ever, literally the kickoff for civil rights as we know it, right? Is that you want to be judged by the content of your character and not by the color of your skin.
Yeah.
That quote, she said, set up society to be even more racist than ever before, because it's saying to white people, if you're colorblind, if you just refuse to notice race, that is super racist, because then you're denying the lived experiences of black people. You're denying the thing that makes them who they are, and that is racist. So she's basically saying, Martin Luther King Jr., don't listen to that schmo. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Listen to me, the white woman, explain to you why you should never be colorblind, why you should absolutely notice race, and you should notice it in every human interaction.
Wow.
It's insane.
I can't believe black people aren't completely insulted by this.
Yeah. Well, there's two black guys. I posted a video of two black guys talking about it, and they are insulted. They're disgusted by it, and rightly so. By the way, this is a Columbia and a Brown University professor, but I mean, respectively, two of the brightest men I've ever listened to a conversation, a discussion from, and they're ripping this book to shreds. I also shared on our website, you can find it on our website, Ben Shapiro just dismantling this nonsense in 7 easy steps. Watch it, because I can't believe how angry it's already making me. But of course, that proves my white fragility, right? The fact that I'm angry.
It just shows that you're fragile and racist.
Right.
and so very white.
So white, you guys!
You're so fragile, and I mean, I can see you falling apart. You're falling apart right before my eyes. I mean, you've been falling apart for the past 5 minutes. We should...
It's true.
We should answer questions before you fall apart any more, Whitey.
Oh, really quickly though, I want to just point out before anybody asks, everyone's always bitching about her Starbucks. I didn't spend money on the book. Okay, we had a very lovely follower of ours. Maybe you're in here, Catherine.
Oh, yeah.
Catherine sent us the free PDF. We would never spend money on that book.
No, so that was one thing yesterday. I was like, listen, I kind of want to look at this book over the weekend. I can't believe you started last night. You were so eager.
I was super eager.
But I was like, I kind of want to look at this book or read it, or at least like attempt to read it if I don't get completely nauseated. But I don't want to spend money or give or contribute to the success of this broad. So if somebody knows where we can get a free copy, that'd be great, because I don't want to give her any more money. And we got a PDF immediately in our email.
Catherine.
I was so delighted by that. So thank you.
It was super helpful, and it worked perfectly. And I started last night because I was like, I got to see what this trash is all about. And I'm just angry because
somebody wants you to cough like a squirrel again, please.
Let me see if I can do. I don't know what it sounds like, but I'm guessing.
Yeah, it sounds
that
like
it sounds like.
That's it. That's it. It's a squirrel cough. You're welcome, everybody. Happy Friday.
All right, what you got? What's going on? Have you guys read it? What's going on? What's happening?
You guys have any questions or dialogue? We want to discuss something.
Watch Yuri Bezmenov videos.
Okay.
Never heard of who that person is.
I didn't see that. Nice hat.
Yeah, this is a Buford hat. Thank you.
I like your hat.
It's a bad hair day. Books that speak positively about Trump won't sell to half the nation.
It's true.
That is, in fact, true. you should post it on your site for free.
I don't know if we probably get in trouble for that.
I don't know.
I'm not going to get into copyright, trademark stuff, y'all. We're just not going to tread. We're going to tread lightly there. Don't want to get sued. We've been sued by way too many people.
I'm sure that if you just look, like I bet if you Googled PDF of that White Fragility book, maybe it comes, because it's 2 years old.
Thank you.
Why it's out now?
Nice in this color. It's just green.
Why it's only coming out now? Like why it's so popular now? I have no idea. Because it was published 2 years ago.
My birthday is August 27th. Mother Teresa and I have the same birthday. We have a lot in common.
Small hoops on. Feeling a little Latin today. No, I think this is black appropriation.
More hoops. Yeah.
What's up with the Democratic mayors and the push for reparations? Oh my God, don't even get us started.
How does racism work if you are not white?
It doesn't exist.
They say that it doesn't exist. So, like, if you say that white people are savages and that we are less than you, if you are a different color, doesn't matter. You're not racist. These are the
Racism
rules.
only works in one direction because of the power structure.
Mm-hmm. Although Zuby would disagree with that, and I totally agree with Zuby. Listen to what he has to say about that.
You know what's interesting too is I spent some time looking for a debate. Like I wanted to see a debate with Robin DiAngelo and anyone, literally anyone else who disagrees with her premise.
Nobody.
Nothing.
I can't find anything. She won't debate anybody?
All I can find is Jimmy Fallon fawning over her. That's it. But find somebody to debate with her, you can't find it.
Yeah, you can't find it. I'd love to see Ben Shapiro do it.
Yeah, or these two black professors who are like, this book is utter trash.
Yeah.
I would love to see her talk to them about why they, as black people, aren't allowed to think it's terrible.
Nobody will do it. Hey, Rob.
Hey.
Good morning. What's on your shirt?
Oh my God! I love that!
Chicks, y'all.
Where did that come from?
My dad got it for me.
Really?
That's a great shirt.
I love that shirt.
That's a fantastic shirt.
That's fantastic.
Because I work with the chicks.
I love
Yeah.
it.
See how that works?
That's
I
a
love
great,
it.
great shirt.
That's fantastic.
Anything exciting going on in the world?
I mean, it's falling apart.
It is.
but-
We're basically the world is burning.
But beyond that, everything's
It's
fine.
fine. We're good. We're in a great mood.
I like your pigtails.
Thanks. This is a bad hair day. I believe White Fragility is out on Audible. It probably is, but oh my God, if she reads it, I can't even imagine listening to her spew this nonsense.
I wonder if she actually did the audio version. Probably.
I bet she did.
We did our own audio version of our book.
Yeah, our book. it's us reading it.
Yeah, that was really fun.
It was fun. Remember how we got like all nervous at the beginning?
I know. It's a lot of giggling in those sessions. We had that was really tough.
It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Heading out to the North Carolina mountains for vacay. Congrats. Have a great time doing that. Jeff Sessions' concession speech appears to finally get it. Okay, good. How about the Asheville reparations? Why does this not make the libs racist?
It does. I mean, I think it kind of does. Yeah, that's just the beginning. From what I've read, they're targeting small communities. And then once they get the small communities to do this sort of thing, they'll branch out and get the bigger ones. This is why it's crucial, like we said the other day in our Facebook Live, for you to get involved at your local community, at the local level, politically. So if you think it's not your problem, it's your problem. You got to get involved, y'all.
For sure.
School boards, local communities, city councils, stuff like that.
Don't you feel less racist when you're tan? Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, when there's an increase in melanin, you instantly become, according to
So
Nick
I guess
Cannon,
you're
more superior.
You're darker than I am. So yeah, I guess I'm very fragile, apparently.
Do you guys believe in the mask fearing or shaming? We've talked about that a lot.
Yeah, I don't.
See older videos.
Yeah, we talked about the mask. It's funny. I walk around here. You know what I do to get out of wearing a mask because I haven't worn one in like 4 months? I just eat and drink a lot.
She's constantly holding coffee in the hall.
Constantly eating. I have like eggs in the morning. I'm like eating. I'm constantly eating. I'm like, oh, I don't have my mask on because I'm eating. Sorry. Sorry. That's what I do. It's a good tactic if you want to get out of wearing a mask in your office, at least.
Racism is reversing, and I fear for my white sons' lives. Well, according to Robin DiAngelo, there is no such thing as reverse racism, so your sons are going to be fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You can only be racist one way, and that is white on black. Good on the National Guard coming to Portland. They can take Crazy K too. Well, Portland's mayor, what the F is wrong with that dude? Yeah. He's like, if National Guard's going to be here, all you guys get to do is stand over here and then clean the graffiti. That's it. We'll take care of the violence in the streets, except that they're not. And so Portland is a complete shithole and it's being overrun. They had to tear down another autonomous zone yesterday. The place is insane.
This, everything that's been happening over the past couple of months is really, it's showing us who can lead and who can't. It's really, can you guys see that? Like it's showing us what kind of leaders we really have. And these people, a lot of these people are completely, they're just dumb. They're really dumb. A lot of these people are just unfit to lead. I mean, I think my 10-year-old could do a better job in some of these cities, ours included. We've got some problems in this country.
Yeah. It's bad. And it's worse in Democrat-led
Oh my God.
spots. There's no argument
It's
about
the
that.
absolute worst in places where Democrats are leading. The
Mm-hmm.
absolute worst, because they have zero, they're supporting law enforcement, zero. And that is a huge problem.
Mayor de Blasio said yesterday out loud that the city is safer because of his policies.
That guy's mental.
And you saw the cops getting beat up on, right? The
Oh,
other
yeah.
day? The chick that took a
Bloody.
bar.
He's bloody. I mean,
the
there's
chick
pictures
that took the bar to that one cop got put in. They arrested
and
her.
she's flipping people
and
off.
she's
and,
immediately out because of their no bail policies. She was arrested and then immediately released. She's back on the street.
did you see her flipping people off to the cameras?
He is insane.
Yeah.
And the cops there are so demoralized. I don't know how anybody's a cop anymore.
I don't
feel
either.
So bad
I would,
for
if
them.
I were a New York cop, I'd be like, screw this place. I'm out of here.
God,
I couldn't live in that city anyway. I'm sorry if you live there and you're on this Facebook Live. I'm sorry. I mean, we've been there 3-4 times for stuff, and I cannot wait to get the heck out every time we're there. I just don't, and if I were a cop, there's just no way. There's no way. They are treated like garbage.
I cannot believe that there's not at least a bail restriction for cop assaulters. Like if you're caught on video beating the crap out of a cop, you stay in jail. I don't care.
At least for more than a day.
Right. I mean, this
Yeah.
is, and he's like, well, look, the proof that we're safer is that there's fewer people in jail.
Oh my God.
You idiot.
Yeah.
It's because you let out all the criminals and they're continuing to criminal.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, he's just wrong about so many things.
Wow.
So many things. And now he's doing the whole, listen, kids can't go back to school, but we're going to go ahead and have 100,000 kids in daycare. Well, I don't...
So that parents can work? Is that the
yeah.
logic? Oh
so
my
what is
God.
the difference between
Oh my
daycare and school, you moron? Like, I don't... Seriously, somebody's going to have to explain the difference because, okay, so kids can go to a place where they have adult supervision and they may actually learn some stuff. They're going to be with other kids in rooms, in buildings.
Sounds like school.
It does.
But I'm sure that's just an example of my white fragility.
I know.
'Cause what do I know?
You're very fragile. You're very, very fragile.
Oh my God. Sorry we keep getting off on
I
these
know,
giant
sorry.
tangents. Looking for a big swing right in November.
I don't know, you guys. It really, but I'm worried about November.
Oh, I'm worried too.
I wasn't worried until about 2 weeks ago. And then I started seeing more and more stupid.
We're being overrun by
We're
the
being
stupid.
overrun by morons. I'm really worried about the morons.
They're
I
out
see
there and
dumb
they're
people.
multiplying.
I see dumb people.
They're like zombies, you know? It
Yeah.
just takes like one little nibble and they're like...
And what bothers me is a lot of them are people I love.
Yeah.
That's what kills me. Is they're like, you're fragile. and you're racist. No, I'm not a socialist. That's what it is. I don't want this country to become a bunch of, commies. That has nothing to do with skin color.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Clinical tests on N95 masks show they do work. They do. It works on viruses.
Yeah, but we don't have N95 masks. We're talking about
regular people aren't supposed to wear those.
People are walking around with bandanas that have or masks that have slits in them so they can put a straw in there and drink their Starbucks for $35.
Here, let me show you something. This is the mask that I wear, and it's like basically paper. It's made of nothing, you guys. It's like a tissue, like a piece of Kleenex.
It is a piece of
Kleenex. I
Kleenex.
wear this. I shove it in my purse. I take it out when I'm required to wear it over and over and over again. The same one. Never wash it.
I have the same thing.
Because what the latest, the latest thinking is on these is that the purpose is for me to prevent spit and droplets from getting from my mouth to your face. So if that's the purpose, it doesn't matter if this is clean, it doesn't matter how effective it is, it doesn't matter, nothing matters as long as there's a slight barrier between my mouth and you. So all the people that are like, that's not even, you're not even washing it, that's all infected, it's all germy. Who cares? None of that matters because the only purpose now that we've been told is that it's supposed to stop my droplets from reaching you. This is why all of this is so dumb, because they keep changing their minds on what the masks are for, how they're effective, who they work on. This is why they're dumb. Anyway.
She's so fragile.
Very fragile today, you guys.
Today, you guys. Very fragile.
Oh my God.
She's falling apart even.
I am. I'm falling apart.
She is. That's how fragile she is.
That mask promotes virus growth. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to get it from the mask now, or is somebody else going to get it from my mask? Because no one has the answers.
Somebody
about
just
this.
says Starbucks sells Black Lives Matter shirts. That's what somebody
Okay.
just, okay, I get it. We have done,
Oh my God, we've talked about the Starbucks
we have
thing
talked about Starbucks
so many
18 ways
times.
to Sunday. If you're going to give me shit about Starbucks today, I'm going to lose it.
You know what you can do?
I'm
Where is it?
going to lose it, y'all.
Where is the
I'm
sign?
serious. I don't know how many times we've discussed Starbucks.
Can you see this? That is our response to anyone bitching about Starbucks.
I cannot deal. I don't know how many times. We've done podcasts on it. You're welcome to go look and find a podcast.
I mean, enough already.
I can't.
By the way, if everybody...
I'm going to need the rest of this to deal with you. Okay? All right.
If conservatives as a whole stopped consuming from places that whose values we disagree with, we would starve ourselves of food, beverages, entertainment, basically everything.
I mean, I could stop drinking Starbucks. I just don't want to. I just don't want to. I mean, I really could. But it's on my way. It's convenient, and I like it.
Yeah.
And they have almond milk. So
And it's America.
I just want to, It's okay. It's my prerogative. I want to have it. Thanks, though.
Kira loves a mochaccino.
Yeah, that's all right. Thanks, Kira. You got my back there. Appreciate
And she's
it.
asking, if masks work, why the 6-foot BS? Yeah, that's a great question. Like, is it 6 feet and a mask, or is it 6 feet or a mask? Because I've heard both.
And if it works, why aren't we doing it during flu season? Why haven't we been doing it since...
For years.
I don't know. For the past 5-6 decades during flu season. Why haven't we been doing it for a very, very long time? Why weren't people freaking out during flu season last year, the year before that, the year before? Why?
Because you can't tell me that in the year 2020 is the first year that scientists figured out how masks work.
Yeah.
This is pretty basic.
I kind of feel like it is, though.
That's what they're acting like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy to me how they've been this misinformed about masks until, April of this year? And then they're like,
it's
by the way.
my God, masks work, you
Everybody
guys.
should wear them, and it doesn't even matter what kind they are.
Yeah.
They can just be cloth or t-shirt or whatever.
Just, shove a t-shirt around your face. It's fine. Okay.
We're hurting Kristen's fragile white feelings.
I'm sorry, Kristen.
Very sorry, Kristen.
Are you okay? I know you're so fragile and white. I know we're all so fragile and white.
Yes, Matthew, that's exactly right. If masks work, then why can't we reopen? I don't know.
That's also a great question, though.
I know.
If they work, then open everything back up.
I mean, what is... Yeah, exactly. And again, we don't know if it's a 6-foot and or a 6-foot or. Because if you can be 6 feet away from someone, then do you need the mask? And why? You know what I mean? Because I've heard you're supposed to wear a mask if you can't social distance. But if you can, then why are people wearing masks when they're jogging alone outside? What the hell?
Because they want to look really smart.
Because it's just like a woke symbol
They
now.
want to look really cool.
Oh my
you
God.
know?
Well, you get the flu shot. We've gotten the flu shot
I get
every
the
year.
flu shot every year. And you know what? Sometimes I get the flu.
Yeah,
Even when I get the flu shot, because it's
of it.
well, it's not that. It's just sometimes it's the wrong strain. That's just the way that vaccines work. That's just the way it works. And you know what? That's probably how the COVID vaccine will work. If in fact there's a COVID vaccine, I don't know if I'm going to get that. If it's by Bill Gates, I may not get it.
It's a little fast, for me.
It's way too fast.
I mean, I'm glad there's other people that are volunteering willingly.
I don't want to be that
participate.
person. The fact that they're like in phase 3 already, it kind of freaks me out. I used to work in pharma, and I'm like, dang, that's quick. I mean, it takes years to develop a drug, you guys. Years. There's a reason for that. This is so quick.
Yeah.
They're already doing human trials. I just, okay.
It's kind of terrifying.
Yeah,
really.
but all right.
And just think about this too. This is what freaks me out. Is that right now everyone's like, "Oh my God, the government says we need to wear masks, so all of us sheep are going to do that and do whatever they say to do." So what's going to stop them from saying everyone is required to get a vaccine? And what's going to allow us as Americans, because Alan Dershowitz has already said, if there's mandatory vaccines, that is perfectly legal, and you have to get it, otherwise you can go to jail. I mean, he's already said legally it's perfectly fine. So get ready, you guys, because masks, it doesn't end with masks.
Alan Dershowitz was on Pedo Island. That guy's a skeeve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's also a constitutional attorney who apparently believes that it's fine.
So was Obama.
Right, that's a good point. That is a good point. The only way to get rid of COVID is to elect Biden. right? If Biden wins, COVID's going to magically
Yeah, I know. I
disappear.
keep saying that to people like in my family who are all like, "Oh my God, this is so terrible." I'm like, it's funny. I bet you that in November, this won't be as horrible.
So I guess that would be the good thing with Biden winning.
Yeah, I
is
mean,
that
he'll cure it.
Right.
I bet you he'll cure it.
Instant cure.
I bet you that he'll be the great almighty savior of COVID.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Don't worry, after November 4th, the virus will be over.
Listen, I'm sure it's still going to be around because it's a thing. I don't deny that it's a virus. It's a virus, but I guarantee you it won't be as terrible as it is right now.
How many government workers are out of jobs? Yeah, I don't think that's an issue. I think they're working just fine.
I know. It's funny how the government always gets paid, right? Mm-hmm. They continue to get a paycheck, and then like private industry people are out of work. It's interesting how that works, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also, you know what? Did you see the email from the lady who was watching yesterday who's kind of upset because we were like angry about the $600 extra a week unemployment
Why
thing?
was she mad about it?
Because she was one of the people that's getting it, and she was like, it took me a year to find a job, and then once I found it, I got laid off, I got furloughed, there's no sign of me getting to return. So
Is this the
it
woman
helps me live.
Is this the woman in Arizona? Is that the woman?
I can't remember where she was.
Okay.
But she was like, love you guys, but remember that there are those people who are not taking advantage of that extra $600. And of course,
I'm sure
we get
I'm sure. I totally get it.
Yeah. The problem is that the way that this whole thing is set up is it's not based on what were you making in your actual job, right? So if you're taking advantage of that $600 extra in unemployment on top of what you already get in unemployment because you were making actually more than that working, I totally understand that. The problem is there are way too many people who are making more than they did while they were working.
Yeah.
And without a way to manage and prevent that, this is
Additionally,
stupid.
that stimulus was a bunch of bullcrap to begin with because they based it on income a couple years ago. And like I know people that got that check that should not have received that check. They're doing just fine now. And then people who didn't get it, who needed it. And so this is the problem. This is why government can't do anything. They're completely inept.
Useless.
They're absolutely useless. And that people who probably lost their jobs should have been able to file for some sort of unemployment instead of this stimulus check. The stimulus check was stupid. I mean, people were like getting checks that were totally employed, that did not need that check, and that they were just like, "Oh, great, this is awesome! I just got what was it, 12, 15, whatever."
It depended on your where you fell in.
I mean, they were delighted to get these checks. Of course they were, because it's free money, right? And in essence, it's money that they have given to the government. That's fine, whatever. But the problem is that they didn't need them, and then there were other people who were really needing them,
who didn't get it.
It's
because
not,
because it's just the system is so terrible.
Yeah,
they have no organization. That's why dead people are getting stimulus and people who actually legit need it aren't. It's dumb.
And this is they don't care, and the government doesn't care because it's our money. They don't care. There's no spend analysis on this stuff. Nobody cares in the government because they're like, "Oh, we're being benevolent." No, you're not. It's our freaking money, you morons. It's not benevolence.
You are so fragile right now.
God, I know, right? I'm very fragile.
God. Yeah, somebody said, I know people making more now on unemployment and they don't want to go back. Of course they don't want to go back.
Of course they don't want to go back.
That is who we were directing our comments to yesterday.
Yeah, it's not the people that really need it.
Yeah. And the government wants to do mail-in voting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So for people
Uh-huh.
who think mail-in voting is a good idea,
Yeah.
look at how well the stimulus thing works.
Talk to the people who are dead who are getting checks.
God.
And that's what mail-in voting, that's what scares us. It's the people who have cats who are getting voter registration cards. What do you think those cats are? They're Democrats.
Oh yeah,
Those
Fluffy
cats-
is totally a Democrat.
Those cats are Democrats.
By the way, she said that she never sees squirrels in Texas. If
I
you're
don't.
in Texas, where are your squirrels
But
at?
I'm out like on a ranch, so maybe it's
But why
because
wouldn't they like that?
because I don't know.
I mean, there's trees, right?
I've just never seen a squirrel where I'm at,
I
y'all.
just find that totally fascinating.
I'm very much on I'm out like on south of Waco. I've just not seen a lot of squirrels. I know that they exist out there, in Texas, probably in more suburban areas and stuff, but I'm just out.
That's so weird.
I'm out in a very rural area in Texas. I just don't see a lot of
I
squirrels.
figured you would see way more of them.
We see jackrabbits and we see, there are like snakes out there and there's coyotes and there's
Lots of cows.
lots of critters, but I don't see a lot of squirrels. So I'm like, maybe I'm safe from the plague. I mean,
Maybe they're all over in the neighbor's yard going,
yeah.
coughing on the neighbors instead.
Yeah, that's true.
My mother-in-law died 2 years ago and got a check. Yeah, this is what we're talking about. This is how
God.
dumb and inefficient
The
and
government is
awful they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, a friend who died got a stimulus check. It said deceased after her name. Yeah, that's right. We saw a bunch of
I
examples
mean,
of
what
that.
in the world? And they don't care.
And then they're like, you're going to need to send that back.
And
Well, how
I-
about you fix your records, you morons? You obviously know they're
I'm
deceased.
gonna need to send this back. It's okay. And this is the thing. And people. I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're broke.
The country is in some serious debt.
Yeah, we're in some serious debt. Now, if this were your household, and if this were your budget, would you just be sending out checks willy nilly to utility companies, being like, it's no big deal. I'm just gonna send a check, even though we don't have the money to send out.
Scorpions? Are there scorpions in Texas?
I think so, yeah. They have them in Arizona.
Yeah.
We went to, when our daughter got married, our oldest got married, my mother-in-law, she went out to smoke a cigarette and came in from the patio, had a scorpion on her shoulder.
On her shoulder? Oh my God.
And she was like, and we were like, Mima, you're going to need to not move. Oh my God. And so we got rid of it, but she didn't freak out or anything. But
It was just like, hey,
it was
just
like
hanging out on her shoulder.
we freaked out on her behalf.
Did
but-
it like raise a little claw?
No,
Be like-
and I don't. And as long as because I when I grew up, I lived in Arizona for a while, and they used to have like PSAs or like shake your bike, because scorpions would crawl up from your bike handlebars and stuff. If they're tiny, I heard they're deadly. If they're bigger, they're not as deadly. This one was a kind of a big one, so I was like, oh my God.
I mean, did it fall out of the sky?
No,
How
it
did that even happen?
It probably crawled on her. She was like in her little
But
nightgown,
where?
her robe.
Did she stand under a
She
a
was
cactus,
outside.
or-
I don't.
What the
I don't
hell?
know. She was outside and it
Oh my
crawled.
God.
It must have crawled on her arm or something. But
My parents are about to move to Tucson. You guys, is very
just
upsetting.
have them be aware of
They have lots of squirrels in East Texas.
lots of squirrels. Okay.
So you're just in the wrong part to see the squirrels.
Okay.
We aren't broke. We're in serious overdraft. That's right.
Yeah, we're broke.
I mean, that's kind of the same thing, though. If you
We're
think about
broke,
it.
you guys.
Did it sting her?
No, it didn't
Didn't
sting
sting
her. Thank God it didn't. We were like, don't panic. Nobody panic.
So how did you get it off?
My husband just flicked it off of her and then smashed it.
Was
like,
it crunchy?
I guess it's very, because they are very they have a lot of crunchiness factor to them, right?
Nope.
Texas squirrels are called prairie dogs.
Is that right? I thought prairie dogs were a whole other kind of thing.
That's so funny.
Why is there a coin shortage? I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's like this weird push to make us all go cashless, you guys.
They
It's
get
weird.
in your shoes, Kira. They get in your shoes. Yeah.
Squirrels or scorpions?
Well, scorpions. And this is why we never leave our boots out on the front porch in Texas, because all sorts of critters can get, snakes can get in your boots. They'll crawl in your boots. So you don't ever leave. What we do is we have a plastic container on our front porch at our little cabin there in Texas, and we always put our boots in the plastic container because you don't want snakes getting in your boots. You have to think about that stuff when
Oh
you're
my
out there.
God.
I know, it's weird, right?
That's a lot of stuff I don't want to think about. That sounds like a lot of work.
It's not work. You just don't want snakes. There's a snake in your boot. You don't want that.
What time is it? Oh my God, you guys, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
It's already
guys.
almost 8:15. Happy Friday.
You should cough as a squirrel one more time. You guys beware of coughing squirrels this weekend.
You don't want to get the plague.
I feel like it's a PSA from us to you. Just beware of the coughing squirrels. If you carry, shoot it.
Do you know for
just
sure
shoot
that
the coughing squirrels.
the thumbnail for this is gonna be that cough, and it's gonna be like me going.
Just don't mess with the coughing squirrels. All right.
You don't want the plague. That stuff.
You
is
don't
no
want
good.
it. You don't want that. You guys, bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in, you guys. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.